Hi, looking at the video, Path of the Just, the True Kabbalah, that I made some time ago and re-uploaded yesterday, I see that I neglected to mention a very, very important point, and I would be derelict in my responsibilities if I didn't add this to the video. Learning in and of itself is a sacramental act. Most people don't think of it that way, but learning, repetitive learning certainly, is an act of meditation. It's a form of meditation. It has always been considered so in Judaism. Jewish men are required to learn Torah every single day. Jewish women are exempt from that responsibility because Jewish women are exempt from all Jewish responsibilities that are time dependent, because our first responsibility is to our children. But women too are required to know what we need to know in order to be able to raise scholars. So not a small amount of learning devolves upon us too as a religious obligation. It is very important when we learn that we learn with a holy intention. One of the things that I see that kind of dumbfounds me is how much learning is done either for personal gain, or even worse, to harm someone, kind of collecting facts in order to slander other people or to harm someone in some way. Let's go back to the issue of learning in order to better oneself. The Jews have always seen it necessary for a person to have some kind of a profession. In a few cases, some people were professional students, but that was frowned upon. Our greatest sages all had professions. Some of them were sophisticated professions, like being doctors and mathematicians, astronomers, and some of our greatest sages were blacksmiths and shepherds. So it's not the nature of the work that matters, it's how you apply yourself to the work. So learning and work have to go hand in hand, and of course there's a certain amount of learning that one has to do in order to be able to carry out one's profession responsibly and well. But when learning a profession becomes an issue in and of itself, when someone learns only to the purpose of becoming a professional, becoming rich, becoming successful, this is a profaning of something holy. That is to say, learning in itself is holy. And just to learn for one's own sake, to one's own advantage, is certainly profaning that high calling. What I also see is people learning to the sake of harming others. Now we have to draw a line between learning what we need to learn about those who might harm us, genuinely might harm us. For instance, if there are, and we know there are, conspiracies going on in the world to the purpose of controlling us and hurting us and our fellows, we have to learn as much as we can about that in order to know how to battle that. And that's perfectly acceptable. But when it becomes a matter of learning and absorbing lies and slander and untruths and promulgating them, we have moved beyond the level of profaning that which is holy, and we have gone into the level of actually being involved in a practice which is unholy and which is extremely damaging not only to our consciousness but to our souls. And so I have to ask you if you care about